Today we start with the multi-dimension array. How it is working, we go for it. How the multi-dimension is declared and how you have to access it, and what is that multi-dimension array, we go for it. As you know, in single dimension array, the element are stored in a single row and multiple column. And in multi-dimension array, the element are stored in a multiple row and multiple column. Okay, it's just like if you I open check here. Here your element are stored in a multiple row and multiple column. Your multiple row is present and here multiple column is present. The first position it is called as the 0 0. It is a in the form of it is a 0. It is one position. It is two position. Okay, it is three position. It is four position. Now in a row wise, it is 0 and it is 1. Here it is 1. You check here. In a row wise, let me draw another table. Okay, so row wise it is 0 and it is 1. The column wise it is starting with 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. The first position is what? It is a 0 0. Second position is what? The 0 row, 1 column. It is 0 row column. It is 0 row 3 column. It is 0 row 4 column. Second position in it is one row 2 column. There is one row then 3 column. There is one row then 4 column. Okay. That is the position that we define in the multi-dimension array. Okay, in a multi-dimension array, the element are stored in row and multiple column where the position is display here. First is represent row, second is represent for column. It is can define as row, second is for column. Okay. Now, when you define multi-dimension array, it is what the structure I have shown you, and how to define this multi-dimension array. For defining a multi-dimensional array, suppose I want an array. Here I define I. As you know, it is first is provided. Okay. So here it is showing you int a, new int 2 and 3. So first is it is represent row, second is represent for a column. Now for initializing the array element int a, we can initialize the value in this way. 10, 30, 30. It is a one row. Then second row is 50, 60, 70, 80. That is a way of initializing the array element. Okay, at the time of declaring, you can initialize the value. So it is a way of defining and multi-dimensional array where the first is represented as a row, second is represented as a column. You can define in this way, or you can define another way is what? New int. It is another way of declaration. Now I am showing a program on multi-dimensional. That is the way of declaring multi-dimensional array. Public class MUL. Then here we define int multi-dimension array 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So 0 row, 2 row we define. It is 0 row and it is 1 row. Now for getting the value from an multi-dimension array, by using nested for loop. Nested for loop means that within the for loop you have to define another for loop. Nesting means in between you have to include another for loop. The outer loop it is representing for a row. The inner loop is representing for a column. So int 0. Okay, so 0 less than 2. Condition is true. If condition is true, then it is going to the inner loop. Inner loop j equals to 0. 0 less than 4. Condition is true. Then it is showing you 0 row and 0 column. 0 row and 0 column. So 0 row, 0 column position is 1. That is printing you 1. Now j value is increment to 1. 1 is less than 4. Condition is true. Then I value is 0. J value is 1. So 0 row means we are in the position 0 row, 1 column, it is printing you 2. J value is increment to 2. 2 less than 4. Condition is 2. 0 row, 2 column, it is printing you 3. I value is increment to 3. 3 is less than 4. 0 row, 3 column, it is printing you 4. So when j value is increment to 4, 4 is less than 4, condition is false, then it is stop, then it is going to the outer loop. In outer loop, previously I value is 0, Now I is increment to 1. 1 is less than 2. Condition is true. Then it is moving to what? Where? It is going to the inner loop. So j equals to 0. 1 is less than 4. Condition is true. Then 0, 1 row, 1 um, 1 row, 0 column. 1 row, 0 column, it is printing you 5. Then j value is increment to 1. 1 is less than 4. Condition is true. 1 row, 1 column, 6. J value is increment to 2. 2 is less than 4. Yes. So 0 row, 2 column, it is printing you 7. So in this way, it is printing you 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I run the file. Printing you 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That is a way of defining multi-dimension array and retrieve the value. Next example, this is another example. Class matrix int sum equals to 0. Okay, then we're defining a multi-dimension array 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60. So here we have to add the number on the row basis. So int I equals to 0, 0 less than 2, condition is true. Then j is 0, 0 less than 3, condition is true. So when condition is true, it is going to the inner loop. So sum equals to sum plus x0 j0. So x0 sum is 0, x0 j0 is 10. J value is in increment to 1. 1 is less than 3. Condition is true. So 0 row, 1 column. 0 row, 1 column is 20. So 10 plus 20 is 30. Now J value is increment to 2. 2 is less than 3. Condition is true. So 0 row, 2 column. So 30 plus 30 is 60. So here J is increment to what? J is increment to 3. 3 is less than 3. Condition is false here. So when condition is false, then at that timing it is printing you the sum of the value. The sum of the value, that is 60, it is printing you. Then your sum value is again 0. Then now it is going to the outer loop. In outer loop, I is increment to 1, 0 to 1. 1 is less than 2. Condition is true. It is going to the inner loop. In inner loop, j equals to 0. 0 less than 3. Condition is true. So 1 row, 0 column, it is 40. 1 row, 0, 1 row, 0 column. So 1 row, 0 column, it is 40. So in sum, 40 is 2. J value is increment to 1. Now it is comes to the 50. Now sum is 0, sum is 40. Then here 0 row, 1 row, 1 column, 50. The 40 plus 50 is 90. J is increment to 2. 2 is less than 3. Condition is true. Then here in sum already 90 is stored. So 90 plus 60 is 150. Then they are showing the result. That is 60 and 150. Okay. See. 60, 150. It is the one example. Next example, INTA 134 345 134 345. So two row defined here. Then B equals to uh, same value 134 345. So I will change some value here. Suppose here I put here 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 7 8 9 10. This value were added and so we want to store into C. So for int I equals to 0, 0 less than 2, condition is true. Okay, so then it is going to the inner loop. J is 0, 0 less than 3, condition is true. Then A0, J0, A0, J0 is what? One position plus B0, J0, B0, J0 position is 7 plus 7 plus 1 is 8. Okay, similar way J value is increment to 1. 1 is less than 3, condition is true. Then A0J1, A0J1. Okay, so in both A and B case, B case, A0J1 that is 2 plus B0 V I is 0, J is 1, that is printing you 8. Okay, that is adding the number. So like 7 plus 1, 8, 8 plus 2 is 10, 9 plus 3 is 11, 10 plus 4, 14, 11 plus 5 is 16, 12 plus 6 is 18. Okay. This is a matrix addition. Row wise and column wise it is added. This is the one example. Next is your enhanced for loop. Enhanced for loop is used for retrieving all the elements from an array. If you are using normal for loop, so it is used for getting the it is used when you are using normal for loop for retrieving the array element. For getting a single value, you need three comparison. First is initialization, checking condition, then your body part is execute, then increment and decrement is up. But if you want to get all the value from an array, so there is no requirement of this uh, for the comparison of every time. So we use the enhance for loop for int element colon list. So all the element that is present in the list comes to the element, and it is printing you all the element. So int element colon list is printing all the element. Like here, if you notice, there is no requirement of any kind of initialization, checking condition, and increment or decrement. So let's see the example of this one. The enhanced for loop, we're defining a normal array int x new int 10. Okay. Now what happened? Where after I am defining a array. Now I want to store the value in a array. For storing the value in an array, so I define int I equals to 0, 0 less than 10. So condition is true. So in X array 0 index, 0 plus 1 value is stored here. Okay. Then int p colon X. So what are the element are stored in the X? It comes to the p. Okay. So first of all, it is storing all the value. Like 0 to 0 less than 10 means it is store the value 1 to 10. Int I equals to 0. 0 is less than 10. Condition is true. X array 0 index 0 plus 1 is 1. So 1 is stored here. Then next is what? I value is increment to 1. 1 is less than 10. Condition is true. X array 1 index 1 plus 1 2. So 2 is stored here. Then I value is increment to 3. 0 1 2 2 is less than 3. Condition is true. X array 2 index 2 plus 1 is 3. Then I value is increment to 3. 3 is less than 10. Condition is true. X array 3 index 3 plus 1 is 4. So up to 1 to 10 it will store the value in X array. Now after storing the element in the X array, now it is a time to get the value from an array. So int p colon X. So what are the elements are present in X, it comes to the p and it is printing you all the. C name dot Java. It is printing you 1 to 10. So in one shot it is retrieved all the elements. So here there is no need to compare any kind of value. Next I move to the another program. Copy the array element. The Java programming language, it is use array copy method. Okay, the Java programming language use array copy method to copy the array element from one array to another array. If you check here, I define int my array, value is 1 2 3 4 5 6. In hold array, store 10 9 8 7 6 5 4 3 2 1. Now I want to copy the array element from my array to the hold array. So I am writing here system.arrayCopy method. I define source array name my array. Then from which position you have to copy? So from 0 position I want to copy. So from this location. Okay, where you have to paste it, or where in which destination you have to paste it. So I have to paste in the hold. Hold array which position? Not 0 position. So I copy the element from this position, store in the hold position, up to length m array dot length. Okay, so 1 2 3 4 5 6 we copy the element and store in this hold array 0 location 1 2 3 4 5 6, up to which extends na m array dot length. So what is the size of the array till that length? It will copy all the element and paste into the hold. That is printing you 1 2 3 4 5 6 4 3 2 1. Now suppose if you want to copy from this location, then you have to write what? M array 1 location, and you have to paste in the hold array suppose 8 location. So you have to pass here the position as 0 1 2. So here we pass as a 2, here we have to pass as a 1. See that here we mention m array dot length. So array length is what? 6. So if you copy from this position, so how many element is present? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then 6 value not present. So it is showing you an exception. So in that situation, when you what copy from what apart from the 0, then here you have to write MRA length minus 1. As we are moving to the 1 position, we are copy from this position. If you copy from 3 position, then MRA length minus 2. So this copy from this position. But in this way, okay, you can copy the array element from one array to the another. Copy means what? It is not copy, it is override. Okay, let's check the example. Okay, the example now I'm showing here. INTA 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Then INTB 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80. Now I want to copy the array element system.array copy method. I want to copy from A array and paste into the one location. Okay, so A array from A array I want to copy from one position means 0 and 1 position. From here I want to copy. As I move or as I left one element, so here I pass A dot length minus 1. So I cannot pass as A dot length, because when you write A dot length, so RS size is what 6. As we left one element, so for that reason we have to pass A dot length minus 1. So all this element are stored where? Now this element is stored from which position? B array 2 location, 0, 1, 2. So here we have to paste. Okay, then what is your resultant? 10, 20, 2, 10, 20, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, then 70 and 80. Now for retrieving the array element or for getting the array element by using the enhanced for loop for INTC colon P. So after copy we want to retrieve the array element B. So it is retrieve all the element and shows the result here. Now I execute this program. Result is what? 10, 20. Then from the first array the element has copied. That is 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, then 80. Okay. It is the work of your array copy method. But till now, another program is present. Array clone method is also there. Okay, to copy all the elements or to create a duplicate element. That is the work of array clone method. Okay, cloning the array element. Here we define int array 33, 3, 4 and 5. So it is printing your original array by using enhanced for loop. Now here I define another array int carr, then fast array dot clone. So by using clone method is copy all the element and store in the carr. Now it is printing all the element. So it is having a question: are the both array are equal? So we are comparing arr equals to CRR. So it is return you the Boolean result. 3, 3, 4, and 5, printing the clone of the array, but both the array are not equal because their position is different. Okay, the memory is allocated by the two array is different. Elaborately, we go for this equal operator and equals method is also there is a chapter is present. You can briefly understand that equal operator and equals method on that chapter. Why it is not showing you what your equal. It is all about your multi-dimensional array and array. For next class, we start with the inheritance chapter and what is the implementation of inheritance. Okay, in the next class, we go for it. Thank you.